It's June, so I'm gonna do my May favorites. I feel like I tried a lot of good makeup this month, particularly towards the end of the month. I'm including some products a little prematurely, but when you know, you know. I just feel like sometimes there are products that are just so good. The first time you try them, you already know they're gonna be placed in my favorites video. Now, I've tried those products more than once, but you know, you get the idea. When you know, you know. But May is always the craziest month for my family because it's celebration after celebration. So I've had a lot of opportunities to wear a lot of makeup. Like, what do we have? Jose's birthday, my dad's birthday, my parents' anniversary, Mother's Day. And then with May comes like end of year, like graduation parties. It's just a busy bussin' month. Okay, so I've had a lot of opportunities to wear lots of makeup for fun things, wear them out in the wild. So I'm excited to talk about some products today. So just makeup today. I've stuck to my tried and true skincare routine, been very consistent with that. And no new fragrances. I've just been all over the board with my fragrances. So just my good old makeup favorites. So let's go ahead and get into it. This new foundation, oh my gosh, it is so stinking good. This is from Iredale. This is the Skin Tuition Radiance Boosting Liquid Foundation. This is like velvet on the skin. It makes my skin look soft to the touch. Only thing I will say, I don't know if you have oily skin because this isn't A tier in terms of longevity. It's fine, but if you have to, you know, aid for longevity, you might want to think about your prep, your base, all of that. But I don't know, it's just velvety. That's all I can say about that foundation. Sometimes they just have a finish like that, and this is one of those. Buttery, soft velvet on the skin. Gets rid of the pores pretty much, looks really soft, isn't too matte, doesn't have a lot of glow to it, but it doesn't look super duper flat that it's sucking the life out of the skin, and it has a true medium coverage. I wear the shade 34 light medium, which is going to be my summer shade. I'm going to try, I have a lighter shade on the way for right now if I don't get more tan, but this is my summer shade, I would say, because you can see it's just a little darker. You see, I remember that burn I gave myself a little over a week ago? Almost all gone. Can barely tell it was there. Anyways, didn't do anything special for the burn. It just went away on its own. Love this foundation. I haven't tried a ton from Iredale, and I have tried a few things that I thought were fine. This is the standout product from the line, as somebody who hasn't tried everything, so keep that in mind. But I really love this. I have a more affordable option. I think that this is phenomenal as well. This is from Milani. It's their Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint. Now this just fuses into the skin, and it's very, very blurring. I know their blurring primer is very popular with this. I think the blurring primer works, but I'm not like the core audience for that. I'm just as fine using this foundation stick, and I've compared this side by side with a lot of other products, and the way that this melts into the skin is truly what makes it unique. It's also very light. I'm liking that a lot of brands are slowing down and launching like glowy, glassy foundations, which there's a time and a place for those, don't get me wrong, but on the daily, I don't like something too glowy and glassy because that means it doesn't wear as well. And I do have textured skin, so I like something that's a little bit more flat and finish because it just makes the skin look overall more smooth. I can't believe this is a drugstore product. It's more on the affordable side, though Milani, their prices with a lot of other brands at the drugstore, they're pushing them prices up, you know. You could no longer do the $20 makeup challenge if you wanted to at the drugstore, but super soft matte finish. I use light medium 07 in Milani, forgot to mention that. Very blurring, very lightweight, very easy to blend out. Killer product from the drugstore. The concealer that I've been reaching for all month, which is not a new product, it's just a rediscovered love, is from Huda Beauty. This is the Faux Filter Concealer. I use the shade Vanilla Swirl 3.1B. So, where am I going with this? Around my birthday, I went to a Huda Beauty event, so I wanted to do a full face of Huda Beauty. I pulled out this bad boy, and I was reminded, taken back to how amazing this concealer is. And then I actually did a video recently of like a buy this, not that. This is everything that I wanted the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer to be. This is perfect for events. It's very long lasting. It's on the drier side, which is interesting, you guys. I have dry skin, but I'm recommending all of these soft matte kind of products. But the dryness of this, it's not drying on the under eye, it just dries. So it lasts longer. It doesn't seep into fine lines quite as easily. It's extremely long wearing, very perfecting. And sometimes having a concealer that dries down is really great just for that long budge proof wear. And that's how I feel about this. The, what is it? The Double Wear concealer, it was too creamy. If you compare it to the foundation, it doesn't set down. The foundation sets down. It's drier by nature. That's what I was expecting from the Double Wear concealer. This actually has it. So if you like the Double Wear foundation, I recommend this as kind of like the Double Wear concealer. It's super duper good. Very flexible. Doesn't seep into fine lines. Doesn't make the under eyes look too dry. Heavy duty. Definitely recommend it. I've not heard a soul ever talk about this product, and I think it's incredible. I believe it's newer. So this is from Polite Society. I haven't tried much from Polite Society. I got this end of April when I went to Ulta Beauty World. This is their Cabana Club Blurring Bronzer. Phenomenal product. At this point in time at the market, it is very difficult to come out with a formula that is unique. This, such a unique formula. The packaging is kind of plain, really simple. It has this, I'm trying to decide how to best describe it. It's really thin. It's not quite a putty, but it's very silky. I guess it leans more towards powder with a little bit of maybe a puttiness to it, but it doesn't like sink in when you push your finger in. Super unique formula if you have the chance to feel it. It is light as air. It is so thin. And you know how sometimes with bronzers, not that I have a lot of fine lines around the outer edges of my face, but sometimes, especially with something a little bit more glowy or metallic, I'll notice, I wouldn't even call them fine lines, but it's just not smooth, right? This completely blurred those out. This is a super blurring bronzer, and with it being so thin, I think it's going to be phenomenal for mature skin. It's going to be phenomenal for everybody, but it is seamless, absolutely seamless, completely blurring on the skin. And I think the thin nature of it makes it look really like a kiss of bronze, super natural, just seamless. Anyways, a very unique formula, extremely hard to do in the bronzer category of all places. I mean, there's not many ways a formula could go, and this is just a one of a kind formula. Okay, these next two products, it is more about the color than it is the formulas. As you know, Dior just reformulated. We're on the third formulation of the Rosy Glow Backstage blushes, but they also launched a new formula of these Backstage Rosy Glow blush sticks. And this is a product where I enjoy them. As a makeup lover, I think that these products are really great. I'm not necessarily going to say they are worth the money because you can get a lot of similar style products at a more affordable price point. So, you know, keep that in mind. However, I do like them. I don't regret buying them. And this shade, Toffee, is what really seals the deal for me. So this is a brand new shade from them. They launched a lot of repeat shades in this drop here, and I was intrigued by Toffee. I just had a feeling about it. So I got it both in the blush stick, which is like a creamy, kind of has a dewy effect on the cheek. If you have a lot of texture, this will emphasize it, but it's pretty nonetheless. It's a little stickier of a product than I prefer. It's not my go-to preferred formulation for a blush stick. That's what I mean, where I like it. I don't regret buying it. However, it's, you know, if you want the best of the best, if you're going to spend this kind of money, it's not going to be with this product. But this shade is so stunning. I don't want to go as far as to say it's unique, but I don't have a lot of shades quite like this. This is like a light peach with a little bit of gold, a little bit of brown in there as well. I think it's going to be beautiful for light and fair skin. The shade really stands out to me. I feel like brands don't launch blush shades like this. They also have it in the powder formulation, which if you missed it, the new formula, it's definitely more pigmented than the original. And this is what it looks like, just the powder alone, and this is just the cream alone. So they look different on the cheek because that cream blush has a lot more glow. This has a little bit of that gold sheen, so it's not a flat powder blush, but they look different. They give something different. This is more dewy and wet. The powder, it's a powder blush, but look how natural and pretty this is with like a sun-kissed summer eye. I know the face and the eyes aren't matching, but I'd rather demo the products than have the look be completely seamless. I love this blush color. So the formulas, I'm not gonna say they're worth it, but for this specific color, I'm all about it. A brush. So I did a video featuring my favorite BK Beauty brushes, and another new, like, it's not new, but it's my spark for it came back, you know. I fell in love with this shape. This is the BK Beauty 113. So you'll notice it's pinched here at the bottom. So it's kind of flat, and it's really great for pressing down powder. And I've been using this a lot even over my little sponges that I normally use, because sometimes this is just easier. So I thought it'd be great to pair it with one of my favorite powders that I've been using all month. Another drugstore win from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Blurfection Loose Setting Powders. Such a lightweight blurring powder at the drugstore. There's a couple drugstore powders that I really love. Maybelline Fit Me is my #1, but that one is heavy on the skin. This is super lightweight. Definitely more of a cloudy feel and look on the skin. It gives a thinner, lighter layer, but it still is very blurring. I'll have to do a side by side. Maybe I might prefer this one nowadays, but we'll see. Anyways, this is a stunning drugstore powder. So if you're on the market over there, definitely look into these. I use the shade, they have the trendy shades like the pinky shade. Then they have this translucent light shade, which has a little bit more of a yellow tone to it. Just lightweight blurs. You guys saw the demo, and then you saw me push that product in with the 113 from BK Beauty, which is just the most perfect shape to apply it on the under eyes, get down the side of the nose. And what makes it so great is the fact that it's flat, because you're pressing, you're not swiping, you're not moving any product, and the pressing motion is what gives the most blurred effect to the makeup look. Moving on over to the eyes. Now this is like a premature favorite, one that I kind of added right away after using it to my monthly favorites list. I've used it more since that first time, but every time I use it, I'm just like, yes, and it's the best eyeshadow launch of the year. I've been talking about these. The Viseart Paris, the new Etude Dew launches. Now, I'm really thirsty. I need to get a drink of water. These are existing shades within the Viseart line. I did know that, but I actually pinned this on my full dedicated review with swatches and everything and looks if you want to check it out. I pinned a comment where a great subscriber went through and found all of the shades and listed what palettes they come from if you want that specifically. So Viseart curated this, or these, using existing shades, but they're so beautiful. They really just tell a story, hence them being a color story. So these actually launched Black Friday. They were a limited edition launch. They sold out super fast, so they brought them back. We have the Praline Etude Dew, which is a gorgeous bronzy palette, already sold out, but the Lilas Lumiere is still available. I've loved the looks I've created with this one as well. Let me quickly show you how I got today's simple, sultry eye. So I started off with this shade right here, and I used that all over my crease as my base shade with a very big, fluffy brush. And then I used this shade right here in the inner and outer corner to add some depth, and just a hint of this shade to darken up the inner and outer corner. I forgot to mention this, but I also did use this shade with a pencil brush all along the lower lash line. Then I used this dark steel shade, not quite all the way to the corners of the eyes, but I used it as a bridge to the middle shade for both the inner and outer part of the eye. And then I used the lightest silver shade just in that leftover space on the eyelid. And then I also put it in as my inner corner highlight. But I did a really gorgeous pink to gray kind of look in that original review. I've had so much fun with these. I talked about this in the review, but I think for a bit there, Viseart kind of lost their identity with their quality of shadows. But over the last year, they've gotten it back and they're back to creating some of the best quality eyeshadows. This formula is better than the current Natasha Denona formula. So we know through the years, brands have done a lot of reformulations, right? OG Natasha Denona formula, the best formula ever, right? We know Natasha Denona doesn't have the same formula. It's a little bit drier right now. It's still amazing, but there's been a shift. And while that shift was happening, I felt like Viseart was getting a little bit more inconsistent. So I still said Natasha Denona had my favorite formula. But at this point, with Natasha's formula being a little bit more on the dry side, like I said, still love their shadows. If Viseart continues to put out quality like these, Viseart's my number one spot. I mean, these mattes are so easy to blend. The shimmers apply with fingers and brushes. They're very, very buttery. This is a class act, grade A, S tier formula. I do not have a single complaint about these formulas. I love the way that these palettes were curated. Are they breaking the mold with these color stories? No. I mean, all of these colors already exist in the Viseart line. These color stories already exist in the Viseart line. I'm not saying they launched anything unique here, but they launched something essential here that just is very easy to use, a great option to get into if you're new to Viseart. Really, I haven't seen a palette like this launch in a long, long time with just good formulas. So thank you, Viseart. And the last product that I have is the mascara that I've been wearing all month. Now, keep in mind, I have pooty doody little bad lashes. Just a little disclaimer that I always give. But I love the Prada Scope Mascara. Unfortunately, I hate to recommend a luxury mascara, but they just did it. It has this unique hairbrush kind of style mascara applicator. But this gives so much volume to the lashes, and surprisingly, it holds a curl really well. It dries fast, so I don't have to wait too long to curl my lashes because this is an essential step in my makeup routine. Like, look at that lift, and it doesn't get clumpy even though it's quite voluminous. So I love this mascara for the daily because I feel like my lashes are visible. They hold curl well. It's lightweight. It's tough for me to be impressed by a mascara because nothing looks impressive on my lashes, but this mascara has really truly impressed me. So if you want to spend a pretty penny on a mascara, I do really like this Prada one. I don't know if I probably would repurchase this if I didn't do what I did for a living. I always have new mascaras coming in and out, and they're just a product that you have to exchange in and out. So I wouldn't repurchase it for that reason, but for volume, it's repurchasable if you aren't a crazy makeup reviewer like me. And I mean, I don't even have any lip products. There hasn't been anything sticking out to me lately. Nothing that I've been reaching for on the daily, really. I've just been shifting to different lip looks every single day. I have so many options in my collection. So complexion has been super duper good. That was definitely the star of the show this month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys had a great May, and I hope you're going to continue to have an amazing June. I mean, summer is starting. I went on a walk today. I was a little bit hot, so summer is beginning. Your vacations are coming soon. I'm so excited for you, and I will have a summer's favorites video coming up very soon. I'm thinking I might actually include this in there. I still need to formulate what I want to put in there, but do have a summer makeup essentials video coming up very soon, so keep that in mind. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. As always, I will have all of the products that I talked about in today's video linked down below in the description box for you, as well as tagged in YouTube shopping. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.